Hi guys, today we're going to make something over the top and super fun. So we are going to make this summer or birthday party ice cream wreath. It's got this oversized cone in it. It's going to be super fun. So I hope you guys enjoy. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do so and click the bell for all of our notifications. But I hope you guys enjoy, so let's get started. Hello everybody, Melissa here with TCT Crafts. We are going to make a super fun ice cream party theme wreath. And let me show you the inspiration for this design. A nice big ice cream cone. See if you can see it. So this is going to be what's going in this wreath. So we are going to start with a 24-inch wreath base. And I have just, it was, round. I have just squished it down like this so that we can elongate it. Let me see if I can pull the camera up just a hair. There we go. Give you guys a better view. So this is just a 24-inch artificial pine wreath base like the ones you get at Christmas time. During those Christmas season, make sure you stock up on these because they're hard to find this time of year, but these are some that I actually still had. And so again, I just took and squished it down to make it into this long oval shape. So I'm going to start with just some leftover 21-inch mesh that I have. I'm going to go all the way around. If I have enough for the inside, we'll do the inside. If not, that ice cream cone's gonna be there, so we're not gonna need to really worry about it. So I'm just going to take and make some poofs. I don't measure them. I just kind of eyeball it. I would guess they're about 10-inch poofs, 10 to 12-inch poofs. So again, I'm just gonna go all the way around the outside. We're going to use up this 21-inch mesh, and then we're going to go to 10-inch mesh. So I'm going all the way around the outside. That ice cream cone, it's so big, it's really going to cover up most of the inside. Before I get too far, I want to take a couple of these ties and just tie them together. That's going to kind of help hold it there in the center where our ice cream is going to sit. So let me take another one. Just going to twist it. Let's do one more up here. Twist it. And let's do one down here. Just to kind of hold this center together where our ice cream is going to lay. Okay, now let's continue. So, making these poofs. I know we'll have enough to get all the way around the outside. I'm not sure about the inside, but like I said, we've got the ice cream going in there, so we don't have to worry too much about it if we run out. This is my least favorite part of making the wreath, is making the base. Some people may enjoy it, but for me it's just boring. Let's get to the good stuff. Almost done with the outside. I think we're going to have enough to do a couple of poofs on the inside. so we've gone the outside. I'm just going to do a couple poofs on the inside with what I have left. I'll just bring this on the inside here. Find some open ties, because remember we tied up some of that center. Find whatever ties you have left open in here. Take this off. Got just a little bit left. Perfect. We're going to have enough to get pretty much both sides of the inside. Just missing maybe just a little bit there at the top, but that's okay. We're going to fill it in with 10-inch mesh, and like I said, we don't need a whole lot there where that ice cream cone is going. Okay, so let me cut this off. Cut these little strands. Cut it down just a hair more. Get rid of these. There we go, perfect. Okay, so we've got our base done with our 21-inch poofs. Now we're gonna go around the side and we're gonna add some 10-inch mesh. I have already cut it up, but let me show you how I cut mine. So I do not measure. You can measure these. You can use a rotary cutter and cut them. I'd say probably 18 inches. I don't. I just will take, and I'll hold this up on my chest, which you guys can't really see, but I'll just hold it out and kind of estimate and then just cut. So that's how I do mine. You're not going to see in this wreath if it's 16 inches, 18 inches, it's not going to matter. So I'm just going to take, and what I did is on my chest, I rolled the ends, roll this in, and then just walk it together. And it makes a little curl. So I'm going to start on the outside. This is going to be a big wreath, guys. So just when you got that big ice cream cone, you got to make the base big. So hold it. Just going to go around. We're going to use 3 colors. So the ice cream is chocolate, so I'm bringing in some chocolate brown. And the mesh that I'm using, except for the 21-inch, is in the shop. So these 10-inch colors we still had available at the time that I made this video. So just FYI. Now I'm going to go in with a pink. I'm just going to alternate the colors, and we're just going around the outside, finding those whatever ties we have available and tying those in nice and tight. We're not going to hit every pine tie, and that's okay. We're going to be covering it up with our embellishments, and we can always cut out any that are exposed that we don't need. So that is another trick, is just cut them out. covered. And then if we need to add more once we get the ice cream on there, we definitely can. Not a big deal to add them later. I think we're good. So let's add our ice cream. And I'm actually going to take, let's see if I have a tan colored pipe cleaner. There's one. Let's see if I have another one. I have dark brown, but I don't want dark brown. There we go. Let's see. Okay. So I'm going to take, we're going to glue this in, but I'm also going to take right up underneath the lip of that ice cream, and we're going to add some zip ties just to kind of make sure we get it held in there really good. So I'm just taking and putting these zip ties together. Okay. And I just flung that in my glue, so let's let that dry a minute. Okay. So let me get our ice cream and figure out which side I want. I decorated both sides. I could have just not, but I wanted to make sure you, if you looked at it from the side, you weren't just seeing plain on the back. So I think we're going to put that in there right like that. Yes, that'll work. Okay. So let's get some glue on the back side of this ice cream. I'm going to put some right up in here, right on these. Be careful not to put your fingers in it. So this ice cream is going to go it's a little bit above center, so that we have some height. I probably actually should have put it up just a hair, but that's okay. So now I'm going to take our zip tie, and let me make sure I have enough to go around, and then I'm going to glue it right up underneath that, and you can't really see it because we've got the right color. So I'm going to add a little bit of glue. And let me hold this pipe cleaner up there for just a second till it sticks. And then we're just going to add some more so we don't want it flopping down. I'm adding this right up under the lip of this ice cream. Do the other side. I don't think it would have gone anywhere by the time we add all the glue, but just to add a little bit of extra protection, we're going to add the zip tie. So I'm just going all the way around the lip and gluing the zip tie so it doesn't like flap. And then when we get to the back side, I'm just going to tie it in. Hold this there for 1 second till that dries. Okay. Now I'm going to take these zip ties and go down into the back and tie it around that wreath frame. We're going to make sure it doesn't go anywhere. And then we'll add some more glue on the sides once we get the zip ties in. sure I'm getting it. There we go. Okay, perfect. I will, when we're done, I'll flip it over and we'll cut off the extra zip tie, but I want to. Perfect. Okay, so I'm going to add some more glue just around the sides of this where it touches the mesh, just to make sure that we are nice and stuck in there. So everywhere that ice cream is touching the mesh, I'm just gluing it in. Okay, we are nice and glued in there. That is not going to go anywhere. Not going to go anywhere. Oh my gosh, guys, how cute is this? Okay, so now let's add a bow. We're going to add a bow like right here, and then we'll add some like ribbon down the side. So I want to start, I've got two 4-inch ribbons. So this one I want to bring in because it has like the chocolate color to bring in for our chocolate ice cream. So I'm going to use that 4-inch, and then I'm going to use this pink 4-inch that I have. It's just a pink, it's a pretty pink. And then I've got 3 1-inch. I would normally add a 2-inch, but I don't have one in the color that I want. Can you believe that, guys? Out of all the ribbon I have, I couldn't find a 2-inch that I wanted to use, but that's okay. So we're going to bring in the pink, the blue, and the lavender that's in our sprinkles. So you can see these colors match our sprinkles. So that is going to be what we're doing for our ribbon. So I am not good with hand bows. I'm going to attempt this to get our 4-inch, and then I'll probably use the bow maker for the other, but let's see. I may have to bring out the bow maker for the whole thing. I try and try and try, and I am just not very talented when it comes to making these bows by hand. So I'm going to get my size here that I want for this bow. Give it a twist. I'm going to make sure both sides match up. See if you can see. Making sure both sides match up, which they do. Fix my tail here. Okay, I cut it. I'll make it pretty in a minute. Let me get this other 4-inch. I'll probably put the 4-inch in, and then, like I said, use the bow maker for my 1.5-inch. We'll see. We'll see if I can do it all. We'll see if I can do it all by hand, but I have a feeling we're going to be breaking out the bow maker. Oh my gosh, guys, this is a hot mess. This is why I don't do bows by hand. Lord, someone help me. Someone that knows how to make them, help me. Houston, we have a problem. Okay. I think we're okay for our 4-inch. We're going to cover it up with our 1.5-inch, but I think we got our loops the size we want. So let me cut this. I'm going to get a pipe cleaner. I would have preferred a different color of pipe cleaner, but this is what I have, so it's going to get hidden anyway. So we're going to wrap that around. I'm going to tie it off. And let's get this added in here. See if I can adjust the camera just a hair so you guys can see a little better. There we go. Okay, I'm just taking these zip ties and tying these 2 loops of 4-inch that we have in here. And then, like I said, we're gonna add the 1.5 to it. All right. Okay, since I had such a wonderful time doing handbow with the 4-inch, I'm just going to go ahead and break out my easy bow maker for my 1.5. I know I need to keep practicing. I know. And I will, just not today. Okay, so I'm going to start with the blue because I want that on the pink. I'm just going to make my tails a little long. We can cut them once we get it on. If you want to measure, you definitely can. I'm making these loops about 6 inches. Even using the bow maker, I'm not the best, but it definitely helps. We're getting the job done. Okay. Now I'm going to go in with the lavender. So pretty. We do have, or I say we did. I hope we do. We have these in the shop. All of these ribbons. Except for the chocolate and the 4-inch pink. Those 2 are out of stock. But the 1.5 inch we did have. So again, I'm making this just a hair shorter than the blue. So maybe 1/2 inch shorter. And then I'll do the same thing with the pink. I'm going to make it about 1/2 inch shorter than the lavender. So we started at 6 inch, then we went to about 5.5. And now we're going to go to about 5. Okay. Let me, since this is going to be showing, let me see if I have a different color pipe cleaner. I don't think I do. I don't think I have any pinks left. I have a dark pink. Let's use that. That's better than the blue. Let me cover that up. Okay, I'm going to put 2 pipe cleaners together. Normally I would use zip ties, but since I already have that 4-inch in there, we're just going to pull this up, add this zip tie around here, twist it, and then I'm going to get my loops how I want them. Perfect. Put the bow maker away. We're going to add this right on top. You will never know it's 2 pieces. You will never know. like that TikTok, if you ever watch that TikTok and say, no one's gonna know. They're gonna know. No one's gonna know. Something like that. Who's gonna know? That's exactly what we're doing here. If you're good with hand bows, you could just do it all together. But I am not, so we pieced it. Okay, I'm gonna twist that. And when we get done, I'll go behind and clean up the back and just cut off some of this extra zip tie. Okay. So let me get our tails like we want them. And then I'm going to dovetail the ends, except for this. We might get, let's see. Let's see how it cuts. Okay. Let's try this one. Sometimes on this fancy 4-inch ribbon, you just gotta roll at the ends. It doesn't dovetail very well. But I think these are gonna be okay. Give these a haircut. Just different lengths. Okay, let's do the same thing with this side. Don't worry about, or I don't worry about the tails being exactly the same. Just kind of eyeball it. This side. Now I want the tails just slightly past the mesh, but not too much. We don't want to have like a party going way outside the perimeter of our wreath. So there we go. Now we only have just a tiny bit of this left, so unfortunately I would have liked to have just a little bit more, but we don't. So we're going to just utilize the other ribbon that we have to finish this out. Okay, so we have that bow. Let me turn around so you guys can see. We have that right there below the ice cream, super cute. Now we're going to come up to the top. I'm going to add a little tail coming up, and then we'll add some ribbon coming down. So I'm going to take the chocolate here. I call it chocolate, but it's a tan with this brown. I don't know what you want to call it. And we're going to just, let's go up a little bit higher. Go up like right here. By the time we cut our tail, by the time we dovetail it, we'll be good. Okay, and I'm going to take this down to about right here. Let's see. About right in here. Make sure we've got a little bit of room. It's not super tight. We don't want it flat on our wreath. Okay, and then I'm going to cut it down here. Give us a tail. There we go. Okay, now I'm going to take these three. I'm going to start with the blue, then the purple or lavender, and then the pink. And we're going to do the same thing. So we're going to take these tails. We're just going to put them up here with this other one that we just put in. So I'm going to undo the zip tie. Or not the zip tie, but I'm going to undo the pine tie, stick these in, tie it back, and I'm going to take these three ribbons, I'll let them drop to the floor, clean it up later. Okay, so we're going to do the same thing. We're going to make sure that it's not super tight. We don't want it flat on our wreath, but we don't want it too floppy either, so I think that's good. I'm going to undo this tie here. Place these in there. Now we've got our different ribbons here showing. Perfect. Super cute. Okay. We cut the tails on the 1.5 inch here. Now I gotta pick up the ribbon or my puppy will get it. She loves to get the ribbon and go to town on it, so we are going to avoid that while she's taking a nap. Okay, so let me cut these tails. Again, just slightly past the mesh. We don't want it having a party way outside there. So I'm just cutting these different lengths. Let's do the top. All right. Super cute. Super cute. Okay, I think I'm going to add just a tail up here on this corner, and then we'll be done with the ribbon. I'm just adding tails. That's all we're doing. No bow, no loops, just a tail. I'm gonna make, let's see if you guys can see that. So I just made a tail. So one up, one down. They don't have to be the same. They don't have to be the same size. I'm gonna do the same thing with this. So we'll do blue, lavender, and then pink. I'll untie that, stick that down in there. Let me pull this just a hair, make it a little bit longer. Okay. And then we'll cut these. Okay, now I think we're done with the ribbon. I think. We may add some extra tails as filler if we need it. But let's add our other items first and see where we're at. So I'm just going to dovetail these. Guys, excuse me for a second. I need a drink of water. Okay, back to business. How cute. This is going to be so fun. Could use this for summer, birthday party. So cute. Baby shower. Got all the right pastel colors in it. Okay, look how cute we are so far, and we don't even have the rest of the items in. Okay, so now I'm going to take, I have this little guy. He's super cute. We're going to tuck him right in there. It's another little ice cream. It's got our pink, and it's more of a green, but it still works. Just going to cut this off. So this little guy was a dog toy. So be on the lookout for those, because sometimes they make the cutest little dog toys and you can use them in your wreaths. So we're gonna tuck him in right there. So let me get some glue. We're just gonna glue it in. And I have lots of glue on here. Lots and lots of glue. Be careful not to get your fingers in it. We're just gonna tuck this guy right up in there. Oh my gosh, so cute. So cute. Let me hold that there for a second. Okay, now we have some little chocolate ice cream guys. Again, dog toys. I'm gonna cut the tags off. We're gonna add these guys. Okay, so let's see, let's add one of these right up in here, like to cover up that, where we tied in that bow. That's perfect. Let me add some glue. He's gonna tuck in right there. Okay, we've got this little guy. See about putting him, I don't know, I don't think I want it right there because we've already got one right there. Kind of want to go diagonal. Let's see. Maybe right here to cover up that side. Oh, it goes this way because he's melting. He's melting! Okay. And I'm going to actually glue this to that big ice cream. So it's laid right up on there. It's covering up our little twist tie there. Oh my gosh, you guys, so cute. Okay, so let me show you where we're at. You'll see a better picture when I hang it up. That's so cute. Okay, so now the last thing I think I have to add that I can add, actually, we can add, we've got a little cotton candy. Maybe we add that up in here. Yeah, let's add that little cotton candy right up in there. So I'm going to put some glue on the back. Now, if you make something like this, you have to make sure you let your customer know that this cannot go outside unless it's in a nice covered, and I'm going to glue that stick to the back of that. A nice covered porch or patio, because this will, especially with this little fake cotton candy, these will just get ruined if the weather gets to it. Okay, I have some little lollipops, so let me add these. Got just a couple of these we can use to fill in. These are so cute. These actually came from Regency. We sold out already a long time ago. These are from like last year. This is what I had left in my stash. So let me figure out where I want to add these. I think one right there. But I'm going to take and cut off this little ornament, or see if I can pull out this little ornament piece. So that, because these were an ornament. Perfect. So I'm going to stick one right in there. I'm going to put it on there, and it's going to lean right up against and glue to this ice cream. Perfect. Now we need to give the top some love. So I actually think I'm going to add just a couple of tails to the top. I'm not going to add the 4-inch. I'm just going to add a couple of the 1.5 inch. I'm just going to do tails. So just like we did right here, I'm going to do right here, just some tails with the 1.5 inch, just to give this top a little bit of love so it doesn't look out of place, like there's nothing up there. So let's give it some tails. Probably about, if you wanted to measure, probably about 12-inch tails. Again, I don't measure, I just put it in there, kind of see where it falls, cut it, and then do my dovetail. Okay, let me dovetail these. Guys, Shelby, my puppy, is being so good today. She's just sleeping. She's not making all kinds of noise like she normally does when I decide to video. So I'm super excited. Okay, so we've got some tails up at the top now. So I'm going to add one of these. Let me take these little hooks out. If you want to save these, you can use them to make your own little ornaments later, but okay. So I'm going to add one of these popsicles to the top, just to give this top some love. We're going to add it right where we did the twist ties. So it kind of covers that up a little bit. So let me put some glue on it. Okay, so we've got one there, one there. Now let's get one on the side over here somewhere. Right in here. Cover up that little spot and give the side some love so it doesn't look like there's nothing on the side over here. Okay. Let's get that in there. You can take some of these twist ties if you want and just kind of wrap around this so that it stays in there. I'm going to glue that zip tie, or not zip tie, I keep saying zip tie. I'm going to glue that little pine tie. Make sure that little lollipop is not going in either. So there we go, guys. I actually had brought some pink flowers. They're a little bit darker pink, but I thought that would bring in a little bit of color. Just a little pop. So let me see if I want to use these. Just to kind of cover up some of the little spots. Let me put a couple on here, and then I'm not going to glue them in. Just going to see if I want to use them or just keep it with the light pastel colors. This just kind of gives it a little bit of pop, I think. But let me see. I think I like it. I think it gives it just a tiny bit of a pop. So let me place a few of these around. I'm not going to glue them in yet, just to see where I want them. Let's do like one up in there. I'm not going to use the little babies. I'm going to use the bigger. Well, I may use the babies, but right now I'm going to use the bigger ones, and then if I need anything else, we'll use the babies. So, like one in there. I wish we were doing this live so I could see your comments and you could say, yes, I like it, or no, what are you doing? But I think it gives a little bit of a pop. So I think I'm going to go ahead and add them. So let's do one more right in here. Perfect. Okay, I'm gonna glue these in. I'm just gonna dip it in my glue pot. And then put them right back in there. Perfect. Let's see, I think I want to add one right here. Yes. You definitely could skip this part if you don't like these flowers in here. You don't have to, or if you want to use a lighter color pink. I didn't have any lighter pinks, or I would have tried to see what those look like, but I think this little pop of color is nice. Okay. What do you guys think? So you'll see a picture of it, but super cute. I'm just going to take it, I'm going to go around, and I'm just going to trim up any little of the pine ties that are sticking out that you really see that isn't covered. Pretty much everything's covered, but I'm just going to go around, do that, hang it up, see if there's any gaps, and that is it. Hope you guys enjoyed. Bye, guys.